Hello. So, in most video games, tutorials tell players exactly what to do. But in many indie platforms, learning happens differently, whether it is through discovery, failure, or repetitions. In this short analysis, I will compare how three indie games from itch.io, You Have to Win a Game, Celestial Classic, and Tiny Platformer all teach the same basic mechanic, which is jumping. But every game takes a unique approach to player learning. So the first example is Celeste Classic by Maddie Makes Games. Here the learning is little bit difficult. So learning happens through repetition and mastery. We can quickly discover that C is used for jump and X and B is used for dashes, as you can see. But the real challenge is the precision. Every time I tried this game, I keep feeling like keep falling over the spices and then immediately dying. But also the best part of the game is it having the respawn access, so that's really good part of it. Then we move on to You Have to Win the Game, that is made by Pirate Hearts. So let's move on with that. So here, as you can see, there is literally no any tutorial, but there is given a bell here, and then there is a touch, die, and respawn. So that's all the tutorial you get. And when it says die, it is pointing towards the spikes. So when you fall over there, then you basically die. And the bell here given is because when you fall on the spikes or any other danger and die, you'll be respawned on the nearest bell that you touched. So let's go on with that. The so here the player have to learn the tutorial themselves, learn the controls themselves. So after I figure out the controls, which is basically the arrow keys, that is upward, downward, right towards, and leftwards. So after I figured it out, the game was pretty much easier for me till this point. And I'll show you how I dodge this snake here. So let's go on with that. And I already dodged this bell, so I was not afraid that even if I die, I'll just be respawned here. So now the next game is Tiny Platformer by Firefoxy Lekivas. So let's move on with the clip and I'll show you how I figured out everything in here and how the mechanism is a little bit different than the other two games. So first you are just given a small cubic box with two legs, I can say that, and there is like literally no any tutorial given here. So it was hard to figure out the tutorial because it was not the regular arrow buttons. And then also you can see there the enemy came and then it started pressing me, and then I still didn't know the buttons and everything. So the buttons were A, S, and D, or Q, W, and E, and the jump button was spacebar. So basically it just pushes player to press whatever the key, and then you will just know it yourself because there is no any controller given and there is nothing else given as a tutorial. So let's move on with the clip and I'll show you how I did. So I press space here, and right at this time I already knew that I could jump 2 times in the air at the same time. So this is how it compares with others. Like you can literally jump on 3 4 levels or even 5 6 levels here and then just fall down, like, and there is no any jump damage and nothing like that. So, and that is everything about this game mechanism for the jump games here. So basically each of these three indie game teaches the same skill, which is jumping, but it is built on different mechanism. So You Have to Win the Game focuses on exploration and environmental cues, and the Celeste Classic emphasizes difficulty and repetition as learning, and Tiny Platformers provide that even unfinished minimum design game can teach through interaction, because this Tiny Platformer game was not totally complete because I ran through the end, and after that there is nothing, like there is no anything there. There is no any level, there is nothing. You just fall down and it says the game is not yet over, and that's it. So, and just in the conclusion, I can say that like simplicity often replaces instruction. These three platformers remind us that good teaching in game isn't about words but it is about the experience, and that's the beauty of the intuitive design games.